This is going to be a good one. Let's go. Difficulties with StreamYard, but looks like everything's up and working now. Hope everyone had a great day today. Christian Ballard here, Ballard Sports Media. And what we're going to do tonight, there's going to be a lot of this, but what I want to do, I'm not going to let really anybody on, I don't think, but we're going to do a first round draft via the Draft Network. And y'all go check them out. I'm going to put the link to that website in the comments. We're live on Facebook and YouTube, of course, as always. And y'all do me a favor, if you're on Facebook and you're new to it, I appreciate it if you would hit the thumbs up and share it out, and go check out the channel on YouTube where we do most of the content, where everything's at least uploaded. All the videos, but obviously we share them out on Facebook. And if you're on YouTube, go hit the thumbs up. If you do have Facebook, and go like the Facebook page, I really would appreciate it. It would mean a lot. But what we're going to do here, I'm going to do a mock draft using the Draft Network mock draft machine, and we're going to simulate the first round. We're going to do the actual picks, starting obviously with the Jacksonville Jaguars. But I'm going to leave it up to you guys in the comments. I'm going to try to at least. But if I don't know. It doesn't look like anybody's watching, so. But give me 1 second. Let me share this. So we're live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube. And, yeah. Let me see. We'll see if anyone... Send a text real quick. But... I don't know. Maybe no one shows up. I don't know. It didn't look like anybody else was live currently. I mean, it looks like Lou's live, NBA, Bucco's Locker, a Buccaneer fan. But, yeah, y'all do me a favor, hit that thumbs up. We're going to start here with the Jaguars, obviously having the number 1 pick. And I'll pull up the mock draft simulator if it wants to cooperate tonight and load, we'll see. But I say it's with you guys. I mean, that's only if people show up. But I think what I'm going to do at this point, I'm probably just going to if you watch this back, let me know what you think about the mock draft or what your mock draft looks like for the first round. I cannot trade on this. I'd have to upgrade to premium. It costs money, and I'm not spending any more money. So, what you do, create a new draft here. You select the teams you're going to draft for. Some of you out there probably know what this website is on the Draft Network. They got a lot of great podcasts too, a lot of great writers. You select. I just basically select all, and if they have a first-round pick, they have one. If they don't, they don't. I think some teams don't have a first-round pick. Do the Bears pick in the first round? Trying to remember, or maybe it's like the Seahawks. I don't know. I think it's like the Seahawks that don't pick till like round 3. I could be wrong, but there's some teams like the Seahawks that only have like I thought I saw they only have like 4 picks right now, or they had like 4 picks last year or something. But we're gonna start this up. I'm just gonna go ahead and start, and if people join in the comments, then they join in. But forget what I have on my actual mock draft. I'm going to kind of share this with you guys here. Let me see. How do I want to do this? I guess I could full screen it like this. Then I zoom in just a bit. So top need for the Jaguars is offensive tackle. They are on the clock. They do not need a quarterback, let alone that's not even on their list of team needs. It'd be nice for them to get a backup quarterback, but that's something you want to do in free agency. But obviously, this draft here's the thing. For Jacksonville, this year in the draft, you are a year removed from drafting this generational 5-star phenom from Clemson and Trevor Lawrence. You drafted ETN in the first round last year. What you need to do, and again, here we're only simulating like the first round. This is all about building for the future. This is about Doug Peterson coming in, being a really good offensive-minded coach, an offensive guru who replaces Urban Meyer. He's coming in and he wants to and needs to build Trevor Lawrence up, right? Now, Trevor Lawrence, we sit there and we talk about, he's this generational talent. What can't he do as a quarterback? And in a way, I guess I could see that being the case here. But overall, you can always improve. And what good is a quarterback? As good as he is, right? Talent-wise, you still need the weapons. But the first need, let me scroll up. Sorry about that. First need here for Jacksonville is offensive tackle. And like I said, this is about building the future of Duval, building Jacksonville up. This is about Trevor Lawrence. This is his draft right here. Right? Now, he's not picking these players. That's completely up to Doug Peterson and the GM of the Jags and everything like that. This is, but what it should be focused on is Doug Peterson, Trent Baalke, the general manager, or however you say his last name. They should be building for Trevor Lawrence. So with that being said, we're going to look at this. The first overall player, they got the player rankings, which they put Kyle Hamilton up here, but I like to use the predictive board. Forget the player rankings. I don't care where they rank the players. You could build the defense, but if you're smart, and this is about Trevor Lawrence, I'm going to go ahead and give him Evan Neal from Alabama, a 5-star recruit, very strong, very well built. I know I've complained about Alabama's O-line. Evan Neal's not the issue. In fact, it's not even the players. I don't like Doug Marrone, which, by the way, is from the Jaguars. I think he was, the previous head coach or something. But he came in. I don't really like that hire. I don't think he did a good job. He didn't coach the guys up to their full potential. Evan Neal, though, he was literally number 73. He was literally the only guy that I think this past season, at least, did his job to the best of his ability. I'm not trying to throw the other Alabama players under the bus, but, he was that guy. He's a 5-star recruit. Number 73 for the Tide, 6'6", 360. I guess that E means even. They say he's a former 5-star out of IMG Academy, of course, a big-time school in Bradenton, Florida. Neal possesses a large frame, measuring in at 6'6", 360 pounds, uses his massive frame and power to move defenders off the line of scrimmage when run blocking. I mean, this is kind of how I would put it. When I see a guy like Evan Neal, his timing, when Trevor Lawrence says hut, that dude's off his tail, and he's up and quick to point of attack. He's going to guard an edge rusher. He's strong enough. He can hold off a block for a quarterback. This is a good pick for the Jags and Trevor Lawrence, Doug Peterson, and Duval. So Evan Neal with the first pick for the Jaguars. And again, like I said, building for Trevor Lawrence. This is his team, and they got to invest in him, and I think they'll do that here with the first pick. So, yeah. And now that being said, I didn't even think to do this, but yeah, again, Jaguars selection, Evan Neal, offensive tackle out of Alabama. So, yeah. But now we move forward. The Lions here. This is the interesting thing. Now, a reminder, I think at 30 or 31, I keep forgetting. It's one of those. The Lions have 2 first-round picks, right? They have 2 first-round picks. They got one here at number 2, and then they got one at 30. At some point in this draft, they need a quarterback. I don't think Jared Goff, he's got some features of a quarterback. I don't think he's the guy to be a starting franchise guy. They let Matthew Stafford go. We saw what he did with the Rams and won him a Super Bowl. Or you could say the defense won him a Super Bowl, or whatever you want to say. But Matthew Stafford is no longer in Detroit. They do need a quarterback. But if they're smart, maybe you build the offensive or really the defensive side of the ball here. I'm just going to go ahead and say that I think they take Aiden Hutchinson from Michigan. Overall, I think he's very fast. I think this past season he proved himself. He's 6'5", 270 pounds, 4-star recruit. When you're building out a 4-3 defensive end prospect and assembling the required tools for a dominant player, reading from Kyle Krabs, who put a player report on him, the end result will look a lot like number 97 in maize and blue. Yes. So his father, Chris Hutchinson, I didn't even know that. That was his father, which I guess that name kind of sounds familiar. I knew I heard Hutchinson before at Michigan somewhere, but I didn't put 2 and 2 together. He played from 1989 to 1992. He was a team MVP. So I'm just, I think this is a guy that's quick off the edge. And like I said, yeah, the Lions need a quarterback, but let's just call it what it is here and say that it's not a very heavy quarterback class. I mean, they're not bad quarterbacks, but they're not great quarterbacks, if you get what I'm saying here. And now it gets interesting in the draft, but Aiden Hutchinson, I think, is that dude that they just got to they could build the defense around him. And they could have taken Kayvon Thibodeau, but I don't know. I think it's nothing Kayvon Thibodeau did wrong, but it's what Aiden Hutchinson did right, and a lot of people are high on him. I think he's going to have a good combine too. I think this guy is very fast. I'm excited to see what his 40 time is going to be at the combine in a few weeks, but we'll see. Only time will tell what he can do. This being said, move on down the road with the Texans. Deshaun Watson gone. They do need to find a quarterback. Let's just face it, he's not coming back. I don't know. I don't know where they go here. It is interesting because do you take a quarterback? And like I said, we haven't had that yet. We had Evan Neal. We had Aiden Hutchinson. That's their fourth need listed. What are some of the corners? Derek Stingley. Okay. Kyle Hamilton is the third overall player. They got the third overall pick. Do they go 3-3 right there? Do they match that up? They could do whatever they wanted to. This is where it gets interesting, folks. I'm going to say they build the defense too. So you got the Jags protecting Trevor Lawrence, the Lions building their defense. They'll probably take a quarterback later on. We'll see. I'm going to go ahead and say that they take Kayvon Thibodeau. He's a top 5 pick. You only got 2 other spots left. If you don't take him, the Jets will. Why don't you take a chance? Take the 5th overall ranked player here, which I'm not going to disagree with any of these rankings here, but this is a defense-heavy draft, and I think the Texans realize that. We're going to give them some great pass rush. You look at Kayvon Thibodeau here, 5-star recruit, had offers from everywhere. Former number 1 ESPN 100 player. Man, he did everything as a freshman. Scheme fit. Let's see what this says here. Can play in an even or odd front. He'd ideally add more mass to his frame if drafted by a 4-3 team. Worst game studied, not available. His best game studied, though, was 2020 against USC, right? They also watched UCLA 2021, Cal, and Fresno State. So, run defending. He does an outstanding job defending the run. He uses his athleticism to get in the gaps and disrupt the run play. Good instinctive feel to find the football and has improved as a tackler in space in 2021. He does it all. What I've seen from Kayvon Thibodeau, and I did a video on him already as a prospect profile. We'll get back to those and look at some other guys here, maybe get a couple out this weekend for you. We'll see. But overall, he's just got that speed and that hit factor to him. And, he can hit you. I mean, I know that there's a lot like Evan Neal, right? You imagine the Texans playing the Jaguars. Would that not be cool to say Kayvon Thibodeau try to get through a guy like Evan Neal on the outside? I think that'd be something special to see. That'd be a matchup to see. And quite honestly, I love my guy Evan Neal, but Kayvon Thibodeau could break through that. He's strong, he's fast, and he's fast to get to the quarterback and take you down to the ground. So overall, you gotta take that, and the Texans do need some defensive help. That being said, I mean, and they've been known for some defense, but they have so much to do in this draft. This is their only pick in the first round. Maybe later they take a quarterback. I don't know, but I don't know how you pass that up. If Kayvon Thibodeau doesn't go here, the Jets steal him, but I got him going here, so the Jets won't get him. That being said, the Jets are now on the clock. Where do they go? This is where it gets interesting. You have Zach Wilson that you picked last year, and you want to invest in him. You want to do a better job than you did with Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold now with the Panthers. Is he their guy? We'll get to the Panthers in a second. What did the Jets do? They don't need a quarterback for the first time in forever. I think that they can find their guy in Zach Wilson. I even think he had a pretty interesting rookie season. Kyle Hamilton's still on the board. He's got to go at some point. I don't think secondary is necessarily their go-to depth right now. I mean, it's something you can work with, but they, just like the Jaguars, have this young quarterback, and they got to build around him. Ikem Ekwonu is a 3-star athlete, but he has just he's gotten better every single time that he's played the game. He's very well built. They say his ideal role is starting left tackle, will fit in wide zone rushing attack, but he's a universal scheme fit. He can do it all. He can push you hard. He can get to you. And I'll tell you what, he might have a couple things on Evan Neal. I'm going to be honest. I think that's kind of close. And, again, you watch the combine and everything. I don't know who's opted out of that or who's going to the combine. Watch these guys. Watch Evan Neal and watch Ikem Ekwonu when they do like the 40-yard dash. Big guys will run the 40 too. Those guys got some power and some speed on them. I don't care how big you are. Your weight and how big you are does not determine your athleticism or your speed, as long as you got that muscle, and that's what these guys got. So I'm going to go ahead and just say that here with the 4th pick, they take the 4th overall player. The Jets select Ikem Ekwonu out of NC State, and they build around Zach Wilson here, and they take a chance. Oh, did the Giants miss out because they got to build that O-line big time? What do you do here? Say we have had in the top 4 two offensive linemen, 2 edge defenders go. What do you do here? Do you take a linebacker, Nakobe Dean? Oh, the Giants have pick 7 too. They need a big time receiver, I think. I don't know where you go here. Overall, I don't know why I think that Kyle Hamilton could fit that defense, though. It could, but that's not the let's see. Sometimes they put like where they would fit the best. Kyle Krabs didn't put that here. The Giants are on the clock. They need something big here. I don't know where to go for the Giants. Are they investing in Daniel Jones? They should. You always need to invest in your quarterback. I don't know what Giants fans are feeling about this draft, honestly. And I watch a few of them. She Got Sports. Go subscribe to her. Go subscribe to Bad Dog. I don't know what you Giants fans want. Quarterback, no. Offensive tackle, could we go interior, though? Could we work on that? Tyler Linderbaum, see that? I don't know if that's a 5th round overall pick. Now, what you pick here, what you don't get here, you have a pretty good shot at still getting at number 7 because you also got the Panthers. Do they need a quarterback? I think so. Cam Newton? Do you take a chance here? 5-star recruit, Mississippi State, Charles Cross. And like I said, what you don't get here, you can get you can get at pick 7 and 2 picks. I think I'd take this if I'm the Giants. I think I would go with it. So here's what I'll do for you. You get a pick and 2 picks, right? You come back with it. Go ahead and take an offensive tackle, right? Because the Panthers could use some O line too. Charles Cross is a 5-star recruit, and that's a risk right there. Because if you don't take him, I might put him with the Panthers. I don't know. We'll see. What's up, Rise Up? How you doing? Giants taking the best tackle and Linderbaum. Carolina will pick whoever the Giants don't between Linderbaum and the best left tackle. I'm gonna go Charles Cross here. Ooh, there we go. That's it. So there you have it with the 5th pick in the 2022 NFL mock draft on TDN. I got the Giants taking 5th overall, Charles Cross out of Mississippi State. It's about investing in your quarterback if you really buy in to Daniel Jones and what he can do for your franchise, for your offense. That O-line is abysmal. They got Andrew Thomas, I know, that they can work with. They need another right tackle or something. Or do they play – someone remind me if they're playing Thomas at left or right. Either way, on the other side, you need a guy. Charles Cross could be that guy. Charles Cross and Andrew Thomas, I'm telling y'all, those are 5-star guys right there. Those are big boys, and they got bright futures. They can protect Daniel Jones. You protect your quarterback at all costs, and you have a chance here. So there's that. Panthers on the clock here at 7. What do you do? Or 6, I'm sorry. Giants are up next again at 7. We'll get back to them. Derek Stingley still on the board. He's got to go somewhere in the top 10. I almost put him with the Jets. They don't really need a corner, though. They either need a quarterback right here or they need an offensive tackle. Trevor Penning out of Northern Iowa. Let's look at all the players available here. Interior offensive linemen. We got to get some of these edge guys off the board. Could we work on the defense for the Panthers? I see a couple guys in here. I see Rise Up and Jacob Watson. What's up? Come on, Falcons. Yeah, we'll get to them in a couple picks. I'm going to leave this up to you guys. Rise Up and Jacob, who do you see on here that you guys think the Panthers should take? Without trolling, because I know we kind of I know I'm a Bucs fan. Y'all are Falcons fans, so it's kind of an NFC South rivalry thing to hate the Panthers. So without trolling, like seriously here, who would you take? Rise Up says he'd take Linderbaum. Jacob says pass rusher or wide receiver. Yeah, they do need some depth at wide receiver. Who do they still got DJ Moore? I think they got Terrence Marshall from last year or a couple years ago. Alex Erickson. They got some guys, but they only, there's some names. I don't know about wide receiver 6 overall, though. Let's go interior offensive line. I'd give a Linderbaum. Work on that O-line. Work on Cam Newton. Fix him up, man. I love Jordan Davis, but that's not what we need right now. And we'll get to the Falcons in a minute. We're back to the Giants. But again here, the Panthers selecting Tyler Linderbaum. Linderbaum? I don't know how you say it. Tyler Linderbaum, interior offensive lineman from Iowa. Let's see what they have to say on this player here. 3-star recruit, but obviously You look at where he is, 17th overall player in this board list here. Iowa center Linderbaum projects as a high-level starting center at the NFL level. It does not appear as though Linderbaum has the functional skill to be a positionally flexible player. I consider him a center exclusive prospect coming out of Iowa, which may tamper his value in the eyes of teams at the top of the NFL draft order. It says that he could probably be worth the cost. Highly polished, highly cerebral, and dynamic weapon on the offensive line that presents some unique traits that could make him a game changer in the middle of your offensive front. Coming into Linderbaum's evaluation, this from Kyle Krabs, by the way, I expected to regard him as a wide zone exclusive fit. That would make sense for the coaches of the Shanahan tree. Oh, okay. Garrett Bradbury. I remember him getting drafted, but better functional strength than some of his contemporaries, such as Garrett Bradbury. He came as a defensive tackle, but transitioned to the offensive side. Ideal role is starting center. I would say that's kind of what the Panthers need there is a center. Would you guys agree? Evan Neal, number 1. Yes, that is what I did. I did do Evan Neal, number 1. Because you need to invest in Trevor Lawrence, and he's a 5-star recruit, and he was probably the best left tackle last year. But, yeah, again, Tyler Linderbaum. But back on the clock with the Giants after the Panthers selection. All right, who you got? The Giants on the clock here. Their previous pick was Charles Cross from Mississippi State. I wouldn't invest in Trevor Lawrence till he proves something. Yeah, I mean, I get that, but at the same time, I think this is the shot to this is the shot to take. Jacob is why not give him at least something to see if that could help him in the slightest way, and if he doesn't show the slightest improvement, then maybe you kind of question Trevor Lawrence's ability. I mean, and again, that's no offense to Trevor Lawrence. Give them Kyle Hamilton here. I'm actually thinking about that. I do like him being that guy that could help the secondary out. When I look at the Giants too, man, I mean, they are probably one of the most, and because I watch, I watch Bad Dog. She Got Sports. I watch some Giants fans on here. Nothing but love and respect. But I feel for them. They are loyal as hell as Giants fans. They are so loyal, you know? Give them Kyle Hamilton. They do need some secondary help. That is fair. I mean, you got Xavier McKinney from Alabama a couple years ago. You got Jabril Peppers, J.R. Reed at safety position. But that's it. Some of those guys get hurt. And even if, I mean, you just need that dynamic, right? Not that those guys aren't, they're okay. But let's see. Hamilton's youth trainer credits him with a 40-inch vertical, 11-inch broad jump, the fastest 10-yard split I've ever timed at my facility at the age of 18 when he left for the Irish program. Keep your binoculars handy when you watch him play. He'll keep you busy searching for him on a play-by-play basis. I like Kyle Hamilton. He is fast. He is very versatile, great physicality. Man, you better, if you want to put a guy out there that needs to drop the ball or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, we need to put a secondary guy out there to prevent a pass completion or a touchdown. That's Kyle Hamilton. And the Giants just don't have that go-to, what's the word? Pass breaker or whatever, that go-to secondary guy. They don't have that. They need Kyle Hamilton. Let's go. Okay, you Falcons fans, Georgia fans, what do you need here? What do you want? Don't say a Georgia player just because, but I want to hear from you guys. Y'all got Trayvon Walker, though. Your top need is offensive tackle. Then you need edge rush. You do need some pass rush. What does this comment say here? Abajo. I like Trayvon Walker and Jermaine Johnson too, though. Take Stingley. Oh, y'all are messing with me. I thought I took. Oh, Stingley's right here. Do y'all really need secondary help that much, though? I mean, David Ajabo, 4-star. Very great in the grand scheme of things. He didn't play organized football until his junior year of high school. Why can't I scroll down and read the rest of that? We need someone who can line up on the D-line, but I doubt Trayvon Walker will be able to do that in the NFL. Not right away. Y'all need immediate help is what you need, Jacob. I think Trayvon Walker needs to be put in the right system with coaches that can truly develop him to the best of his ability for him to be that go-to edge rusher. That's why I won't give him here. The Falcons, well, what are the recent cuts and everything? First off, at some point in this draft, I think y'all draft a quarterback. At some point in the draft. But I don't know. Don't send that message to Matt Ryan here in the first round. I mean, preseason it seemed like it, but I don't know. He did okay. You guys need some secondary help. You have at strong safety Deron Howerman and Richie Grant. Not really any safeties worth much. I'm gonna take a bold move here. Let's see what this is. Jermaine Johnson. Would you guys be okay with this? 4-star recruit from Minneapolis. He's a JUCO player. He was at Georgia for sure. Understands how to respond to blocking schemes, effectively stacks and sheds blocks, and is a consistent finisher. I can't trade in this one, though, Rise Up. That's the thing. I suck at keeping up with these, by the way. This is tough. Y'all got to protect the quarterback. You got to play secondary. You need – I'm sorry, man. There's not really much. I'm going to have to go. Let me type this out. I'm just going to go ahead and say with the 8th pick in the mock draft here, 2022, I got to give y'all David Ajabo. I like Ajabo. Here's the thing. Hear me out. Y'all are going to kill me for this. I get it. I think, let's see, 3-4 outside, rush linebacker long term, designated pass rush specialist predicted in his rookie season. That's the right pick. Okay, so you agree with me here. Trayvon Walker, let's see. That is true, rise up. He is like the third best edge rusher in the draft. You know, I think he's got some good speed. He gets off blocks. I mean, he just needs to be that. Just work on being a little bit faster from what I've seen from him, just a little bit. And I don't know, man. Y'all got to work with him. Coach Smith comes in. First off, is Coach Arthur Smith, is he more on the defensive side that you guys know of? I honestly, I know I'm crazy for saying it. I really couldn't tell because I don't know. Y'all had some issues all over the place last year, really, in ways, but 4th or 5th, yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna go David Ajabo here. That being said, the Broncos are up next. And again, I remind you, cannot do trades. So it's you're on the clock, and you take it. I want to hear from you guys. Quarterback, the biggest need here for the Broncos. Do they take a chance? So far, no quarterbacks off the board. Do we give them one here in the top 10? Derek Stingley's got to go at some point. They do need some secondary help. This could be it. This could be the steal right here. In fact, I don't even know if it's so much a steal to take Derek Stingley. It's more of a let's make up for the idiots that didn't draft you. But I want to hear from you guys. Arthur Smith is an offensive coach. Okay. Teddy Bridgewater is injured. He's questionable. Drew Lock, second string. They got some guys at wide receiver. They got a couple guys hurt. They got some guys hurt on the offensive line, though. At some point in the draft, they got to address that, but we're only doing one round here tonight. I was looking for their secondary. Kyle Fuller, Ronald Darby is questionable currently. He gets hurt a little bit, but I think I'm gonna give them Stingley. I'm gonna say they work on their secondary a little bit. They could. That probably pisses you off if you're the Jets, who, by the way, who they take? Ikemi Kwanu from NC State. They took an offensive tackle. What do they go here? Do they take a pass rush guy? Do they work back on their defensive side of the ball? But I give them Derek Stingley here for the Broncos. He's like a generational, hold on. He's like a generational, how do I put defensive back, right? So I hear a lot of people say, oh, he's got great speed, tangibles, whatever, 5-star recruit. Served as an outside corner matched up with the opposing team's best receiver. Length, athleticism, speed to match up with the most athletic boundary wide receivers. Press man scheme, press wide receivers, disrupting the time of opposing offenses. His best game was 2019 against Georgia. The worst game he had was 2020 Alabama. Go figure that one out. What's up, Armat Tide? How you doing? They got Surtain. They do, but could they use another corner on the other side of him? You know, Ronald Darby is questionable. Kyle Fuller, I guess he's okay. Maybe they didn't need to take Stingley, but again, I don't know. I thought Kyle Fuller was a safety anyway. I guess he's a corner. Why did I think he was a safety? I don't know. But anyway, um, there are rumors though that I heard about that they were hesitant to re-sign him, but it's already too late. I mean, they took Stingley, so I mean that's their pick here. Whether that's right or not, I don't know. But all right, the Jets are back on the clock. What do you guys want to do here? What do the Jets do here? Jags O-line is not good. That's true. Ahmed Gardner to round out the top 10. Jermaine Johnson, Trayvon Walker. I don't think you take a receiver. They already took a tackle, so they got to go defense here. There's a couple corners. I don't think Andrew Booth needs to go that high. I don't think Trent McDuffie. Would you guys give them Ahmed Gardner from Cincinnati? The Sauce God, Sauce Gardner, they call him. 3-star recruit, but looks amazing. Zone coverage, starting outside corner, what they say he could do best. His ideal role, man coverage skills. While he rejects to be a zone-heavy scheme, Gardner has proven to be a reliable man coverage corner where his length and speed are notable assets. With that said, he has a tendency to be extremely grabby. I want to see him trust his athletic confidence more in man coverage. What do you guys think? I need answers. Give them Jermaine Johnson. Ooh, okay. I'm going to go with Jacob here. Let's see about Jermaine Johnson, though. Let's read about him. 4-star recruit, redshirt senior from the ACC, of course, at Florida State. JUCO ranks. Oh, that's the one we just looked at a little bit. He was at Georgia, then he goes to Florida State. He still did pretty good. Exceptional processor that is stout at the point of attack, understands how to respond to blocking schemes effectively, stacks and sheds blocks, and is a consistent finisher. 4-3 defensive end, 3-4 outside linebacker. This is a guy, it says he can fit any scheme. He could play a 4-3 or a 3-4. And honestly, that's kind of what the Jets do defensively. You know what I mean? Like Greg Williams. I think Greg Williams is a good defensive coordinator so far. I mean, they got Quinnen Williams, by the way, on the defense for the Jets. Last I checked, I think they still have him. You could put some guys like Jermaine Johnson out there. I take him here. That rounds out the top 10. There you go. Okay. No quarterback selected so far. Washington is listed to need a quarterback as their top need. Would you guys give them? Um, what would you do? Broncos are on the clock. Ulbrich. Oh, that's right. That's right. I'm sorry. No, I didn't know that. I'm seeing it here now, though. It looks like they found Jeff Ulbrich January 21st, 2020. I didn't even know they fired Williams. I'm sorry about that. I appreciate the insight, though. Anyway, on the clock, Washington. What do you guys say here? Quarterback, the biggest need. Is that a given? Let's see. Has Matt Corral been picked yet? Actually, no. I haven't picked any quarterbacks yet, Jacob. Would you give them Matt Corral here? First off, the Commanders, by the way, they need to update all this. Ron Rivera is the head coach. Busy at the scouting combine this week, by the way. They're looking at quarterbacks. They need a quarterback desperately. Would you go and he should have been picked for the Broncos, but since that didn't have give him to the Commanders. Okay. Yeah. Malik Willis is listed as the 18th overall player, by the way. I like Matt Corral. I think Matt Corral, yeah, he probably should have gone to the Broncos, but the Broncos could have used some extra corner help alongside Surtain. So I gave him Stingley, and he needed to go in the top 10 somewhere anyway. I'll give him Corral here. I like Nat Corral of Ole Miss. How he wasn't in New York as a Heisman finalist, I think, is ridiculous. I understand that he had a rough second half of the season, but overall, I mean, you can't. I don't think that was his fault necessarily. But yeah, I'm going to give him a Matt Corral here for Washington. Overall, just great size. Actually, I mean, he's not a heavy build. Um, but he's a decent size. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't have too much weight on him. I think he's got a good enough height. I think that you know, I think Matt Corral's very mobile. I think he has a good enough arm. He can make a throw. I think he can read a defense very well too. He just is so smart with the football. Is he a systematic quarterback? I really don't know. We've seen him at Ole Miss, and that's practically it. And he did great under Lane Kiffin. Ron Rivera, who worked with Cam Newton, helped him get to Super Bowl 50 and everything, and MVP season, drafted him. I mean, Matt Corral, I'm not even going to try to compare him to Cam Newton, but I mean, Ron Rivera can work with some guys for sure. I'm gonna go with Matt Corral there. The Vikings are on the clock. Secondary is great. I'm ashamed Tate Martell hasn't been picked yet. Is he even on it? Hold on. I can't even find him on here, son. What do you guys think about the Vikings here? Gardner is still on, number 8 player. We're at number 12. They could use some secondary help. They got 2 corner needs listed. Interior defensive lineman, Jordan Davis, Devontae Wyatt on the board here. What do you think? Draft a head coach? Yeah, for sure. For sure, man. Here's the thing. You got Cousins still as your as your quarterback. Justin Jefferson, they drafted a couple years ago out of LSU as a wide receiver. Give them Sauce. Give them Audmet Gardner. Now, let me ask you this. Would you call it a steal? Would you call it a steal here? Get Jordan Davis. They have Harrison Smith. Yeah. They got Cameron Dantzler at corner too. They got a couple corner. Like, they have that depth at corner. They got my boy Irv Smith from Alabama, by the way. Their run defense, it does suck. In fact, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take your word for it, man. That being said, right here in the 12th pick of this 2022 NFL mock draft, at number 12, the Minnesota Vikings select your boy Jordan Davis. What? Yeah, bazinga. Let's go. Let's look at my guy Jordan Davis. I love Jordan Davis. He was a 3-star bull. I call straight bull on that. 3-star recruit, 6'6", 340. This dude is huge. Scheme fit. He can play in multiple schemes, but will most be effective in a 4-3. Man, it's crazy. Man, first off, the Vikings last year, this past season, were in the bottom 8 of almost every defensive category. They were 27th against the run, 25th against pass, 25th in points allowed. They really weren't that good. I mean, it wasn't obviously the worst out of 32 teams, but it was down there. I mean, it was bad. So they got to build. I like Jordan Davis there. They need those guys. I give a big guy like Jordan Davis the nod. So I would say that they need this player. Yeah, he was. There we go. Okay. Jordan Davis, he's a big guy too. He's good against the offensive tackles. He can break through blocks. He can get in the face of a quarterback. I think he got to Bryce Young a couple times in the Natty, which I'm not going to define it based on what he did against one quarterback. I mean, but look at what he did. I mean, he ate up Uiagalelei in the first game. He ate up Emory Jones. Well, a lot of people did against Florida, but he's good. And I think the Vikings need pass rush, right? I think the Vikings are that team that they have fallen off a bit. I don't think that their offense is necessarily an issue. They got some weapons. I think their defense is holding them back from a playoff run. I think it's holding them back from getting past the Packers and getting on top of the NFC North. And I think Jordan Davis, I mean, one guy is not going to do it, but it's definitely a start in the right direction. I will say that. Jacob Watson says, I will say this, though, if Jordan Davis doesn't improve his stamina, he's going to be a bust that don't work in the NFL. Yeah. You know, the effort, the mental toughness, really, basically what you're talking about. But, yeah, I'm going to give him Jordan Davis there, and we'll go and move on to pick 13 with the Browns. So, all right, 13 overall, the Browns on the clock. Vikings took Jordan Davis from Georgia. What do y'all say the Browns do here? Interior defensive lineman is what they need most. Sauce Gardner's got to get off the board here. What do you guys think the Browns need to do? I mean, I don't think they need to go after a quarterback. Here's the thing. They have had some issues with the O-line. I think it's improved a little bit. I think did they pick up Thomas from from Georgia? Let's see. 3 to 5 years ago, Vikings had the best defense. Right, and it dramatically and really fastly got to being one of the worst last year. You know, you had I don't know. Let's get back to the Browns. You had Baker Mayfield this past season. Looked good, off to a good start, but then he started to hurt a little bit, right? Lack of play due to injury, right? The defense kind of looked like they didn't know what to do. They need some linebacker help. They also could use an extra receiver. You know, you look at the loss of Odell Beckham, who's now with the Rams, obviously. Shout out to him for winning a Super Bowl, though. They could use a bigger playmaker for sure. And, I mean, they really just let him go. And they didn't really pick anybody up to replace him. It's not like he was on the depth chart like second or whatever. Sorry for picking back-to-back Georgia players, but I think they need a good dog like Nakobe Dean. If that's the case, man, I mean, yeah, they need some. Here's what the Browns need. Now they have on here that they need a quarterback. I really don't know about that. I like Mayfield. I do. I think he's great. I think he's talented. I think he's got a future. I don't know, man. This is tough because they could go so many different ways here. Could they work on their secondary? I think they got some guys. I think their secondary is okay. Trayvon Walker, Traylon Burks, Jamison Williams. Do they take a receiver? Do they work on the pass rush? What do they do? Give Baker another shot? Oh, okay. So, yeah, we got to work with Baker then. The Browns got to work with Baker. They do need some pass rush off the edge. I'm gonna give him Trayvon Walker, 5-star recruit, exciting defensive lineman who offers rare athleticism and versatility along the defensive front. Former 5-star recruit, high school basketball star. He has to be fast. Easily win edges, shoot through gaps with explosive, quick twitch movements. All in all, Walker has rare athletic upside with positive or position versatility, but needs to develop into more of an impact player to warrant as high of a pick as his athletic traits suggest. I'm going to give him Trayvon Walker. I would say they work on the edge here like the Jets did, but I'm gonna go back-to-back Georgia players here, though, like you said. They don't really have much on the other side of Garrett, though. And Nakobe Dean, what difference does that make? You get Nakobe Dean as a linebacker there. Nakobe Dean seems like he's pretty fast. He could be that linebacker that could get to the quarterback. Trayvon Walker, a little bit too. Whatever. I'm going to go there. Gardner's got to get off the board here at some point. Who needs to take Gardner, though? But again, Trayvon Walker for the Browns. If you're picking a linebacker, get Dean. Yeah, that's true. I don't know what the Ravens need. Lamar Jackson isn't the issue. Really, I mean, some of the defense of the Ravens has been the key issue in ways. But again, they're on the clock here. Baltimore, interior defensive line, edge, corner. Could they work on the secondary? Ahmed Gardner, man, sauce. What could the Ravens do? They lost Bradley Bozeman. By the way, the center. 14th pick here. They take some interior line to help just a little. Get sauce. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Ahmed Gardner. Sauce Gardner. What up, bro? Yeah. Let's do it. I'm taking a risk. I'm going to take the risk here. Let's say they go with Ahmed Sauce Gardner, a pass disruptor all over, man. Great speed, overall blocking. A 3-star recruit. He's 6'2", 188. Starting outside corner, zone coverage. They kind of run that, I think. They don't really blitz too much. The Ravens, they play secondary a little bit more than they do defensive front, I've noticed. At least what I saw last year. When it comes to areas of concern, and again, for some of this, I kind of just pick somewhere to start reading, but when it comes to areas of concern at the next level, there can be some drag down tendencies as a tackler. His high hips elongate his ability to trigger and drive downhill, and he needs to trust his athleticism more, not be so grabby in coverage. Okay. Best work comes in zone and press coverages. Imagine having Lamar Jackson, Hollywood Brown, and Jamison Williams speed combined. Yeah, man. Jamison Williams might fall due to his injury. Yeah, I think so too. But I like the Sauce pick here. Eagles are on the clock. They get back to back picks. What do you think about the Eagles, Jacob? It's all about probably their defense. I mean, they need edge, they need linebacker, they need corner. I like Andrew Booth right here. He's a 5-star out of Clemson. I know Clemson had a rough year, but that doesn't mean they had bad players. They just had some bad coaching, but it was really the offense. Their defense was still one of the best. 6 foot, 200 even. That's a pretty good build for a corner. Offers exciting blend of size, athleticism, instincts, physicality. There's that word again. Ball skills, competitive toughness that give him the makeup of an impact starter at the next level. He is a fiery competitor on the field that plays with an alpha mentality. He's a leader, basically. Starting outside corner scheme, versatile, but best in man. Okay, best game study was Georgia 2021. Worst game study, NC State 2021. I like Andrew Booth, but did oh damn, Jeff. Dang. Oh my gosh. That's so bad. Oh. I'm, a, I'm gonna take Andrew Booth here. I've heard some good things about him, and again, like I say, um, the Eagles take Andrew Booth, Clemson corner. Okay, Clemson had a bad year. That doesn't mean they had bad players. Andrew Booth was really good for them. Their defense was great. They had the guys up front. They just could not get enough offense to put enough points up. Therefore, and especially on their offensive line. I mean, I complained a little about Alabama's, but man, come on. But I'm going to say Andrew Booth here. Now the Eagles are back on the clock. So, I mean, Jacob, whatever you suggest, I mean, they could take a pick here. They still need an edge rusher. They need interior offensive linemen. We're almost at pick 20, and the 20th overall player is Kenyan Green out of A&M, who was a 5-star recruit. But we'll see. But Andrew Booth to the Eagles, and I don't need to change this here. They're still on the board with back-to-back picks. They don't need a quarterback. I do think Jalen Hurts is their guy. I'm not saying that because I love Jalen Hurts or whatever. I do, but I really think that Nick Sirianni sees that. They did pick up Devontae Smith last year, but is it like they still need some weapons? Dallas Goddard's their tight end. I think they're covered there. I just think that you know, uh, um, it's just a necessity for them, honestly. Um, they could go linebacker, they could go corner. They need some. They do need some help on the defense, right? But of course, taking Andrew Booth there, um, Jalen Rager was their guy that kind of struggled a bit last year, though. Get Williams or Burks. I'm gonna take. Oh man, this guy needs some more attention here going into the draft. But honestly, I'm gonna say here at 16, I'm gonna give him Traylon Burks. I like Traylon Burks. I think he's got speed. Arkansas themselves had probably the best start. Weren't they like 4-0 or something? They got off to a really good start. The end of the season, not so much their year. Um, let's see. I mean, he's just so he's got good size. The scheme fit, a system that can get the ball in his hands quickly so he can use the frame to break tackles and fight for extra yardage. I could see Jalen Hurts getting the ball out pretty quick and getting it to him. I think if they work on the O line a little bit, which that's something they do later on in this draft, but again, we're doing only one round here. But I could see them, working with Jalen Hurts in this draft and going after it and getting him some more weapons. Overall, what's Jacob say here? That makes sense, actually. They already have speed. They do, but it doesn't hurt to add some more depth. That's the thing about the Eagles receiving room. I don't think they have enough depth, and depth is a big deal that I don't think a lot of people pay attention to. And I'm one of the few out there that's smart enough to focus on, well, it'll help add depth and you can play him. Like, yeah, I mean, Traylon Burks, I don't know if he's a day one starter full time for him, but you could definitely mix and match some things if Coach Sirianni wants to mix up the offense a little and switch up guys. I think you leave a guy like Devontae out there full time, but maybe like Greg Ward. Like Greg Ward had a pretty interesting year a couple years ago, and even this past year for him. I think he's still on the team, but he's one of those guys. Like if he's open and you throw him a softball, not like a softball, but like a just anybody, a baby could catch it. You throw that to Greg Ward, he gets it. Traylon Burks, he knows what to do. But that being said, the Chargers are on the clock now. I want to hear from you guys. Traylon Burks, Arkansas, going to the Eagles here at number 16 with their second pick of the first round. Back-to-back picks for Philly. Jamison Williams still on the board. They need some offensive line here. Trevor Penning from Northern Iowa. Redshirt senior who aligns at left tackle for the Panther offense. Good athlete, good explosion, agility to get out on the perimeter. What's his size? Size is a big deal. 6'7", 321? It's a big dude. Justin Herbert needs a little bit of help. I think that's kind of what held him back. Devontae Smith is their only good receiver. Yeah, I know that for the Eagles. Trevor Penning is the best pick here. I think so. I'm gonna go with Penning here. He's very big. He's fast for an offensive tackle too. He's got some good size and speed on him. Hey, what's up? Oh, so far, appreciate it. Thanks, love you. Shout out to my Nana stopping in. Yeah, I'm gonna go Trevor Penning here, Northern Iowa. Build that O line for the Chargers and Herbert, who I like, by the way. Like I really do think that if they play their cards right in this draft, I think if the Chargers play their cards right in the draft, right, they make the right selections and you put these guys on the field. Because what good is a pick if he's not going to play, right? You know what I'm saying? Seriously, what good is that? Look, hold on. But like I was saying, let me pull that back up. If you don't put a guy that you draft on the field, what good is it? Seriously, that's not it. That's ESPN. Hold on. Hold on. Although Shout out to Alabama and Georgia, though. Okay. So, anyway, what was I saying? Oh, Herbert. I think that he's a great quarterback. A lot of people were hyped up on him. He had a great season for the Chargers. One thing, though, that kind of hurt him was the offensive line. He got sacked a few times or a stop or some pressure. If they put one offensive line or lineman on the offensive line, if they put one guy out there that can make a difference, maybe that's the game-changing thing that could give him a little bit more time, that could give him the right block. He can make a read or make a run for it. One player, one play, one score, potentially one more victory in the book. And that's what I say about this Trevor Penning guy. He could be the guy to help the the Chargers. But we'll see. Saints on the clock now. Let's hurry this up. I want to go to bed. Or just chillax. I don't know. On the clock is the Saints. What you guys think about the Saints here? Biggest need is wide receiver. Do they still have Michael? They still got Michael Thomas, I think. There's a lot of rumors about, the Jamison Williams or Jameis Winston thing. Let me see. Give the Saints the worst possible player on the board. I want to so bad because I really hate the Saints. Although, shout out to Goose Sports. Love you, brother, if you're watching this or watch it back. I hate your NFL team, though. And I hate your college team, too. I don't like LSU. But, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be fair with it. I've been fair with everybody else, Jacob. As much as I want to find a kicker on here. What's this say here? Jamison Williams. Yeah, it's the 19th, 18th pick. I'll go Jamison Williams here. I like it. Speedy receiver. I know he got hurt in the title game, but he should still take the offseason and heal up. Jamison Williams, he has that speed, man. You could put him on kickoff or punt returns and a secondary play away, or special teams play, I should say. Could be a game-changing thing for the Saints. And we see what they do. The Eagles, they need some edge rush. They also need to work on the interior line. George Karlaftis, 27th overall player at 19. I don't know. I'm going to take I would work on the line for Hurts, too. We got him a weapon. Who do we get him? Traylon Burks. I'd work on the interior. What's to say? Devontae Wyatt wouldn't be a bad pick. Honestly, that's a steal. Dude, I think that's a steal. Devontae Wyatt at 24 ranks. Dude, heck yeah. Jacob, that's a hell yeah pick right there, man. I like that. Devontae Wyatt. That's a steal. Speaking of, we got the Steelers on the board. Do they get Big Ben's replacement here? That's good. Devontae Wyatt. So you got Devontae Smith and you got Devontae Wyatt on the other side of the ball. Devontae Wyatt is very strong, physical player. Let's look at his player profile on here. 4-star recruit, 4-year contributor for the Bulldog defense, has improved with each season. Got a trip to the Senior Bowl. Looked pretty good there. Disruptor interior rusher with the quickness to win with the edges inside and shoot gaps. Plays with good balance and has excellent change of direction and lateral mobility. Very good speed overall to cross offensive lineman's face and is excellent with his hands, showing ability to tie rush moves together inside. So he's very fast and physical at the point of attack on the offensive line. I know he's on the defensive side, but he will mess with you if you're a no lineman. I'd go with him there. Get a quarterback here and Kenny Pickett. Pittsburgh to Pittsburgh. Let's keep that guy in here. Let's go get after it, Jacob. Let's go. But let's look here. I'm sad that Big Ben is retired, by the way. But I do like that Devontae Wyatt pick for the Eagles. The Steelers, is it time to replace Big Ben? Sadly, I think the time has come. And they could go so many different ways. They don't have to take a quarterback here. It's just best. And like I said, the quarterback class, it's not a lack of talent. It's just it's not what it was last year with the Zach Wilson, the Mac Jones, the Justin Fields, and the Trevor Lawrence. Boom, boom, boom. But it's so spread out over the draft. Malik Willis is on the board. I don't know what it is that I think Malik Willis would be a good fit for Pittsburgh, but Kenny Pickett is probably one of the more underrated guys here. Experienced and accomplished quarterback that has a meteoric rise in 2021, evaluating his draft stock significantly along the way. A 4-year starter, Pickett leaves Pittsburgh as the school's all-time leading passer. He rewrote the record books. Good size, mobility, accuracy, poise, toughness, and leadership. Terrific vertical passer that can work off script and make things happen with his legs. I like what I hear so far, and he's a starting quarterback. The scheme fit is a spread offense. It's amazing. Arm strength. Won't be confused having a rocket launcher attached to his right shoulder, but has good arm strength. He frequently slots the ball on outbreaking routes to the field, zips the ball into windows with good velocity. Yeah, mobility, isn't sneaky good athlete that can work off script, rip off chunks. It's obvious that he's an athlete when watching him play. Look, we're gonna make this happen. He's not having a move or anything. But with the 20th pick, we're going to give him Kenny Pickett. I like it, Jacob. Yeah, it was your idea, buddy. I'm going to credit you there. I'm going to take it. Tomlin says he wants a mobile quarterback. Well, he's got one here for sure. Kenny Pickett, yeah, man. Kenny Pickett's got a bright future. What about Mac Jones and the Patriots? Kenny Pickett is going to go far in Pittsburgh. Well, he's going to stay in Pittsburgh, but Mike Tomlin can work with him. It'll be interesting to see, and it's big shoes to fill. Matt Canada, the offensive coordinator, trying to find a new guy for Big Ben. And it's big shoes to fill for Roethlisberger, but Kenny Pickett, I think, can do it, and that'll be interesting to see what he does. The Patriots are on the clock. Here we go. Kenny Pickett off the board to the Steelers. The Pats on the board. What do they do? What do you think, Jacob? Overall, their big need is a corner. They have offensive line needs big time, I think. Trent McDuffie is 16 overall. They're at 21 picking here. Kenyan Green should go off the board in the first round at some point. let's look at this because I like Trent McDuffie. Very good athlete with good lateral agility and overall quickness and coverage in the run game. He is an aggressive tackler who seemingly enjoys the physical aspect of the game. Um, let's see. He seems to relish when he is the force player in zone so that he can be a willing participant in the run game. In the pass game, he plays the game from bail technique more often than not. He demonstrates good hips and feel to stay in phase and coverage. Okay. Fits any scheme, inside or out, so he could be inside corner, outside corner. Um, Very effective in zone coverage, good instincts on full display when they play zone coverage. He shows good awareness when routes are entering and exiting his zone. Okay. I like that. Trent McDuffie was really good with Washington. Get him. I'm going to get him. I'm going to get him here, Jacob. I agree with you. Jacob's getting some good picks here. Again, Patriots on the clock. They could go. They really don't have many options, honestly, do they? This is a guy we need to keep talking about, Trent McDuffie. I think I might do him and review his profile. But here we go with the 21st pick. Patriots select Trent McDuffie from Washington. Okay. I think I know what's going to happen here. The Raiders are on the clock. I already know who I want them to get because I think I know what they need to build and work on. It's all about Derek Carr, right? If he's still their quarterback, he's still the guy to go with. I'm not even going to ask anyone's opinion on this one. I'm sorry, but I'm just going to say it. I think they need to go Kenyan Green from Texas A&M. I'm just going to rapid fire this one. I'm going to give them Kenyan Green. So Kenyan Green here, let's look at what he does. 5-star from A&M. Let me see. What did Jacob say? Get Kenyan Green. Okay, so he agrees with me. Can play both guard positions and right tackle. Yes. Scheme versatile. Best game, Alabama 2021. He was a big factor, I promise you, in their win. I know Seth Small hit that game-winning field goal against us, but one thing I noticed was this guy was guarding guys like Will Anderson for Alabama. He was guarding Phil Mathis. He was guarding Byron Young. He was guarding guys that don't really get guarded too much by offensive linemen for Alabama last year. I mean, very few teams were able to guard a couple of those guys, but Kenyan Green was able to guard a couple of them. I got to give him a Kenyan Green here for the Raiders. So Kenyan Green from College Station to Las Vegas. Let's go. It's so weird not saying Oakland, by the way, at this point. But I like Kenyan Green. All right, the Cardinals and Kyler Murray. We're making good timing with all this, by the way. What do you think about Kyler Murray? They need desperate secondary help and pass rush for sure. They really don't have much. The Cardinals are interesting to me. You know, I think in my mock draft, and I mean, it's still to be updated and everything like that. And I don't want to share too much of it, but I think a big thing was offense and playmakers. I know they played the Rams in that game in the postseason, right? So, well, they just played the best defense in the NFL in the Rams or whatever. I understand that. But I think one of the things was just offensive line and then just really some playmakers for the Cardinals that kind of held them back a bit. I think that they need some playmakers for Kyler Murray to work with. I think they need that breakout receiver, and he's right there on the board. I'm gonna give him Garrett Wilson from from Ohio State. So Garrett Wilson is very fast, got great hands, knows to go and get the football. 5-star recruit. Dynamic threat with the ball in his hands, offers the kind of run after catch ability that is sure to command. His acceleration is incredible too, by the way. I mean, he can he'll cut you off if you're a corner or a safety. He'll cut you off in space. He'll cut to the middle of the field. He'll get open. You work with the O-line. You guard Kyler Murray from these defensive tackles if you're the Cardinals O-line. Right? You guard and protect Kyler Murray. You hope this guy can outrun a coverage like a corner or something. He's open. You get him the football. It's that simple. It is that simple. Garrett Wilson is a perfect fit, I think, to work with Kyler Murray and overall just see what he can do. AJ Green was good for them, but he's getting older. That's another thing, too. I mean, you got guys on there at the receiver position that, they just need to fix up and just kind of either say goodbye to them or I don't know what they do. But Garrett Wilson makes perfect sense here to me. At some point, he's got to go in the first round. But I think this is perfect timing around 23, and he goes to Arizona. I like it. Cowboys on the clock here. What you say? Dak Prescott. They need some defense. Biggest need is edge. Karlaftis for Purdue. Safety. Interior defensive lineman. Tight end. Wide receiver. See, I think they take an edge. I think they take some pass rush here. They're at 24. They could take 27. Best power rusher in this year's class, this prospect exploded onto the scene during a breakout 2019 freshman season, has since pieced together another tremendous campaign in 2021. Man, I like him. 4-3 defensive end, multiple front schemes, gap control, defense with aggressive blitz packages. I think I'm going to give him George Karlaftis. I like it. Yeah, I'm going to do this. You got the 24th overall pick in the 2022 TDN BSM mock draft. I'm going to say George Karlaftis from Purdue to the Cowboys. Call me crazy. Maybe some of you agree with me. They do have to work on the pass rush and the defense. I think their secondary is okay. That's something they could address later on. But, we'll see. The Bills on the clock, what they're going to do. Jacob says he agrees. Interior defensive linemen. They got Perrion Winfrey rising up. DeMarvin Leal. I promise you, Perrion Winfrey was the next guy. And for a while, this would say he was like the 78th player. So now they've updated this, and now they got him like on the predictive board at like 30. So could he go late first round around here? Could he go early day 2? DeMarvin Leal too, from A&M. Do they go edge rusher here? Corner, wide receiver. What you think? Bills should just get rid of Josh Allen. Oh, come on. I don't. Maybe you're right. I don't know. What could the Bills do? Come on, we're almost done with this. After we finish this, I'm gonna do my closing statements and I'm gonna just relax. But oh, you're kidding! I was fixing to say, man, like no, Josh Allen isn't the issue, man. I They got to build that defense up a bit. I feel like the Bills, believe it or not, I think they are one defensive player away. Not even one pick. I think they're one stop on defense away from making it to a Super Bowl. They have yet to do that. They almost did this year. Dude, they cannot screw this up. They get the right player on defense, whether the secondary or the right pass guy. It doesn't even matter. They could put a guy back there in the secondary, knock the ball down, intercept it or something, or they get the right guy to put pressure on a quarterback and throw him off. They are that. God, they're right there. They're one player away. 30th overall, 25 is the pick. Perrion Winfrey from Oklahoma, a JUCO transfer, transferred into Oklahoma Sooner football program in 2020. Undoubtedly the best defensive lineman on the Sooners defense. That's the main reason why he is utilized in so many positions in the NFL. Winfrey will thrive once he's able to settle into one position, learn the techniques of the specific position. Ideal role, a gap penetrator that uses first step to disrupt plays in the backfield. 4-3 scheme, 3 tech or 5 tech against heavy run teams, heavy slant team, attacking defenses. You got to think they're playing against the Patriots and Mac Jones twice a year. They're playing against the Jets. They're playing against who else is in the Dolphins? Would you go Perrion Winfrey? Nakobe Dean? Is he still there? Yes. 25th overall player at 25. Give it. Yes. Yes. He's got to go in the first round at some point, right? We're almost done here. Give me Nakobe Dean. Yes. Good call, Jacob. Good call, buddy. And I know you're not being Georgia biased, but seriously, I do think that'll help them out a lot. 5-star recruit. I like Nakobe Dean. Butkus Award winner, nation's best linebacker this past year, good reactive athlete with regard to quickness and agility. Forget reading all this real quick. Let me just say this. I think he'll be a good edge. He's like that edge linebacker. He's that guy on the outside that has the speed and the hard-hitting ability that will get you to that quarterback, man. He will put you on the ground. Put you on the ground, Nakobe Dean. Oh, man. That's a good pick for the Bills, and that's probably that game-changing player I was just saying could be that one player, one play away from potentially being in a Super Bowl title or the AFC Championship or something. Is this the guy that can make that stop? Is this that guy that can help the Bills? More of a middle linebacker? Okay. Well, I mean, either way, man, he's still that guy, right? He's that guy either way, middle, outside, inside linebacker, whatever. You say he's more of the middle guy. They still need that too, but he's that one player, that one play away guy that can make the stop on defense for the Bills, and they can, overall, man, that might be what they need if they want to push forward in the playoffs, because we know they're getting back there, right? They're going to win the East again. They're going to get back to the playoffs. They're going to do all of that. But can they make some selects in this draft, especially in the first round? That's where it matters the most, is that first round. No offense to any other players they pick in the future after that, but the first round drafts where all the talent's at. Nakobe Dean's still on the board. I can't believe I didn't think of him sooner. I got to give credit to Jacob there, and I appreciate you bringing him up. He's going to be a game changer. Appreciate Nakobe Dean for being Roquan Smith 2.0. Facts right there. Jacob speaking the truth tonight. All right, let's hurry this up. I'm getting tired, but I'm gonna finish this out strong for you. Titans on the board. What you say, folks? What you say now? They need a linebacker. 26 overall pick. Nakobe Dean. If he doesn't go to the Bills there, who did I almost take for the Bills? Oh, it would have been a good pick for them. Perrion Winfrey or something. I don't know, but whoever it was would have been a good pick there too. Devin Lloyd, I need to do a video on him. He's a 3-star. He's a 28th overall player. I like him. 2-down linebacker. Has some on-the-ball production, which has solidified his ability to remain on the field in sub-package situations. They might take a QB here. The Titans, I don't know, man. Where was I? Let's get back to Devin Lloyd. Starting outside linebacker, 4-3 defense, but would progress to suffice in a 3-4 as well. Competitive toughness. He plays the game with competitive toughness required to be successful at the position. He is a physical presence as a tackler in the run game. He also plays hard late in the game, showing good emotional endurance in the process. He can remain on the field in passing downs, been productive against the pass this season, good depth in his zone drop, shows awareness. Run defender. He's a physical run defender who plays downhill, has good tackling efficiency in the box and other confined areas. I like Devin Lloyd. I don't know about, I like him to be a late first-round pick, but is this really what the Titans need? Crimson is a Titans fan. He wants Ryan Tannehill out of there so bad. Yeah. Get a DB, though. So you agreed to take a defensive back. Would you go Devin Lloyd, though? Interior defensive line. Do we take Perrion Winfrey? Do they have that list? Yeah, it's like their 5th needed position. Corners. Let's see all players. Who's left? Zion Johnson on the board. Could they work on the interior line? Did they take a receiver in Drake London? Lloyd is great, but they need a DB more. Are you talking like a skill like corner? Maybe Roger McCrary? I think he played good at Auburn. Willing wrap-up tackler in the run game. This projects well for his versatility to kick inside, always close in coverage. So even with receptions, he limits extra yardage by receivers. Ball-hungry player who clearly wants to make plays in the passing game by getting his hands on the ball. Will fit any scheme. He's an inside or outside corner. I want to know if this. I want to hear from you guys. What do you think? Oh. He was great at Auburn. That's my pick. You like Roger McCrary then? I like him too. I think he was great. Yeah, I'll go Roger McCrary. So that being said, folks, here with the 26th pick in the TDN mock draft for Ballard Sports Media, the Titans will select Roger Mccrary out of Auburn. Oh, here we go. I'm not even going to say anything. Jacob, I want your full, honest opinion on the Buccaneers. I'm not saying it. Whoever you think would be the best fit for them. Biggest need is receiver because of Godwin. Who you going with? Had a great DB group last year. Yeah, they did, for sure. Not going to take anything away from them. Bruce Arians likes Kyle Trask, but I will say he didn't rule out the possibility of drafting a quarterback. Jacob, I'm gonna let you make the call, buddy. Who you think we take? I'm not picking this until you give me an answer. Because this is my team and I'm not gonna try to be biased or anything. I'm gonna let you handle this. Buccaneers on the clock. I'm not saying anything. Leave it to Jacob. Or somebody in the comments give me something for the Bucks. Who should they go with? Here's a list of some of the best available for them. Zion Johnson and Chris Alave. I do like Chris Olave, but whatever you want, man. They do need a little bit of interior line help. Kinda. Chris Olave, since we're losing Godwin. Yeah. Okay. We're going with it. I like it. I love Chris Olave. Great speedy receiver with great hands, toughness. He can outrun defenders. Really, that's what they need. I mean, they got to figure out the quarterback situation for sure with Tom Brady retiring, obviously. But also, man, like you said, Chris Godwin losing in free agency, replace him with another Chris at receiver, right? Chris Olave, also from the Big Ten. This one from Ohio State is Godwin was drafted, I think, second round a couple years back from Penn State. So. But yeah, I agree with you. So the Buccaneers select Chris Olave, a wide receiver out of Ohio State. Just overall great speed and athleticism, can catch almost any ball you throw his way. Let's see what he is. He's 6'1", 188. Great route runner. They say he's a true route technician. Vertical offense, shallow crossers, option routes, play action, kill shots, featured receiver, play action, kill shots. That's the selling point right there. Because I think even with Brady gone, Bruce Arians and Byron Leftwich and everybody wants to make sure that they're still throwing the ball out quite a bit, especially with guys still there. I don't know what's happening with Gronk. I don't think we've actually officially released him yet, but we still have Mike Evans. We do need some receivers, especially if you're right that we are going to lose Chris Godwin, sadly. Yeah, we did have the combine today, the scouting combine. 4.26 today. Yeah, man. Didn't pick a QB because Arians doesn't want to. That is true. I mean, unless he shocks us there, but I do like Chris Olave with the Bucks, honestly. And I think I've been saying that. I mean, that honestly, to give it away, that's what I got in my mock draft for him. I think they go Chris Olave, but we'll see. Aaron Rodgers, is he going to stay? Should he stay? Should he go? They don't have a quarterback outside of him. They drafted Jordan Love a few years ago. Really don't know what he can do. I'm not too sold on him, but the Packers, what do they do here? John Ross 40 time was broken. Wow. There you go. What about the Packers? We're almost done here. Devin Lloyd at linebacker. They need offensive tackle help, but you got guys in the 50s, so maybe you wait a little bit. Maybe they're not worth taking that high. Are any of these guys necessarily a steal? Perrion Winfrey, do you build the defensive line here? 30th overall player, a 4-3 scheme fit. We looked at him a little bit there. Be interesting to see what they actually do. Tight ends, not first round. Daxton Hill. Any corners? Second round guys. Running backs. Any running backs worth a first round pick right now? I don't think so. And again, that's not a rip on them. That's not to say they're not good enough, but I just think that it's one of those, like, there's other players and other options. Versatile defender. Three-year tenure. Cover 1 or cover 3, starting free safety to play nickel. He was a 5-star recruit, by the way. I mean, they desperately need some help on the defensive side, because I think the thing with the Packers is they're so focused on Aaron Rodgers and the offense. I'm looking at the comments now. Jacob says the run defense has sucked for years and years. That's true. They need some linebacker help. I'm going to give them Devin Lloyd. I'm going to take a risk there. This whole, team needs, I don't know if that's from biggest need to worst need or whatever. I don't know. But linebacker should be one of the top things they're targeting here in the first round of the draft, I think. I mean, the Packers, it's so funny that they took Jordan Love 2 years ago. Then last year, the first couple rounds, or in the first round, they went defense. I'm trying to remember. Didn't they take a Georgia player or someone? And then Aaron Rodgers, or there were at least rumors started that he was looking to leave because they didn't pick offense to help him out. And I'm like, they need that defense. And I mean, I get it, but man, really? They need that's the thing, is they have worked on the offense for Aaron Rodgers year after year after year after year. When do they, seriously? This is ridiculous, Aaron. I love Rodgers. By the way. But again, Packers select Devin Lloyd, linebacker out of Utah. He's a great linebacker. Let's look at him again. 5th-year junior, aligns at linebacker for the Utes defense. Good athleticism, quickness, agility. starting outside linebacker in the NFL. That's the thing. Outside linebackers count as pass rushers in some ways. Good blocker, great off the edge, great speed. Yeah, they did take Eric Stokes last year. They made the right picks for their defense, but like Aaron Rodgers, and then even some of the media were like, "What are they doing? They need to help their quarterback out." Like they've done that year after year after year, and they finally go defense in the first round one season, and it's like, really, they're going defense here, and I don't want to hear any crying. Dolphins are up next. Dolphins are up next. All right, we're almost done. 29, 30, 31, and 32. Jacob says, Tua doesn't play well next year. Dolphins need to replace him. Not yet, though. Pick Drake London. Yeah, they took Waddle last year. They took a guy with speed. They still need a receiver. They got it listed twice on here. They got linebacker listed twice, too. They need some pass rush as well. Drake London. I'm going to give him Drake London. I could do that. Multi-sport standout. Competed on the USC basketball team. Skill set certainly transferred over to the field. What's his size? 6'5", 210. Good grief. Surprisingly very good as a runner after the catch, so his rack yards must be pretty high in college. Passing game is excellent. Outstanding body control, agility as a route runner, uses his bigger body to bigger frame to big boy, smaller receivers. Yeah, separation ability at the top of the route is sufficient, but bigger receivers should be assessed differently than shorter, more agile ones. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'll go Drake London here, and then the Chiefs also need a receiver. Do we take a chance on that? But first, Dolphins taking Drake London, wide receiver, USC. What you think? Yeah, that's true. And even though the 49ers defense is good for what we make Aaron Rodgers out to be and the offense around him too, like there's no reason for that. Defense did their job in the playoffs. Yeah. I mean, they still could use a little bit of help. But yeah, I would agree. Anyway, Chiefs on the clock after Drake London goes to the Dolphins. Who they're going to take here is actually pretty interesting. Biggest need is a receiver, much like the Dolphins, the previous pick. Jahan Dotson, is that a given right there? Would you take that? I think so. I'm going to give him Jahan Dotson from Penn State. The Chiefs were asked if they were going to take him. They said we are. I'm gonna give him Dotson here. Let's take a look at him. 3-star recruit, or it says 4-star recruit. 900 or number 192 recruited in the nation, number 36 receiver when he was recruited. Overall, let's see. He's got the speed on him. Great route runner, natural separation, good route, pacing, speed, and leverage. Okay. Perimeter boundary receiver, spread offense, vertical passing attack. That is Patrick Mahomes, ladies and gentlemen. Jacob says, I guess. No. I don't know. I mean, they got Hardman. They got Tyreek Hill. They got Travis Kelce. I mean, this is one of those for the Chiefs, like it adds some depth. I don't know. Who are they losing anybody? Did anybody really get hurt? Because, yeah, I mean, if I find out that I'm seeing mock drafts that they because see, they really do need some defensive help. It's too late now. I already made this pick, and I'm not going back, but it is what it is. Let's just move forward. Okay, the one player, let's pretend real quick, the one player that the Bengals need to get them back to the Super Bowl and possibly win it. They need O-line help. I understand Aaron Donald and the Rams defense and Ramsey and all that. But truly, I think that even though they were that good, I think that the offensive line got exposed. Truly. So the Bengals are on the clock here. They need offensive line help. I'm going to give them – I like Zion Johnson from Boston College. He was at Davidson. Let's see. So he's played 2 seasons at left guard and 1 at left tackle. So he's kind of played guard and tackle a little bit. He's very fast, very electric, a great, great run blocker. Not the best, but I mean, he's good enough. I think it's something they could work with. But I want to hear from you guys again. Jacob, what you think? Zion Johnson is the perfect pick, says Jacob. I would take that then. Let's go, man. Let's go. So let's say the 31st pick here. The mock draft of 2022. Give the Bengals Zion Johnson out of Boston College. I mean, they're practically one play away, it seemed like. I really think, man, in that Super Bowl, I mean, it was close. It was down to the wire. But the defense got to him. Aaron Donald with the sack. That is literally on the O-line. It's not Joe Burrow's fault. I mean, you give credit to Aaron Donald and the pass rush of Los Angeles, but I think the Bengals, man, they're that one player away type of team, man. If they had Zion Johnson or somebody out there guarding or making just a block long enough, maybe Burrow could make that play. Maybe. But we'll see. Fully rebuild if they want to be relevant again. We'll see. All right, this is it. Final pick of the draft. Right here. Lions on the clock. Let's go back and look. They did have a pick earlier. We went Aiden Hutchinson. What you think? Do they take a quarterback? Aiden Hutchinson, they went defense. Get Malik Willis. Oh, Malik Willis? I like it. Yeah, give him a quarterback. I think it's a perfect fit. Malik Willis to the Lions. I think Malik Willis, he's like a skinny quarterback, but he's very mobile. He can make good throws. I think he's one of the more underrated quarterbacks going into this. I feel like I've heard, I haven't really heard it, but why do I have a feeling people think that he's an automatic gonna be a bust type of quarterback? I think the opposite. I think if you put him in the right system, you have an opportunity with them. But overall, again, it's going to be something special. And, the Lions, again, they went Aiden Hutchinson on the edge, and now they get a quarterback. They get their franchise guy to replace Stafford. Jared Goff is just not it. I'm sorry. I mean, that's over and done with. But anyway, that's going to do it here. I love you guys. But overall, let's go through this draft one more time and grade it. What would y'all give it? The Jaguars take Evan Neal, Aiden Hutchinson, number 2 to Detroit. Kayvon Thibodeau, give the Texans pass rush. Take one of the better edge rushers. Top 5 in the draft. Ikem Ekwonu, Charles Cross, Tyler Linderbaum, Hamilton Ajabo to the Falcons. Derek Stingley, Jermaine Johnson, Mccrary, Jordan Davis, Cleveland Browns to go get Trayvon Walker. Jordan Davis to Minnesota, by the way. Ahmed Gardner to the Ravens. Back-to-back picks for the Eagles. They go defense, then offense. They go Andrew Booth. They go Traylon Burks. They go Trevor Penning, Northern Iowa, to the Chargers. Overall, what's up? Let's see. Congrats to Bama beating Georgia in women's. Yeah. Trent McDuffie, Kenyan Green to the Raiders. Overall, I think it was a good draft. I like Chris Olave to the Bucs, especially considering the thing with Godwin being a free agent. Devin Lloyd, give the Packers some pass rush. A couple teams in there I said that were one play away. I think the Bengals definitely need to work on their O-line this offseason, get it fixed up, and maybe next year's their year to win the Super Bowl, but we'll see. And then you get a franchise quarterback, possibly a Malik Willis to Detroit. And, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it right there. But anyway, I love you guys. I'm going to get out of here. I might clip some of this just because I think some good points were made and talked about tonight in these picks. But this is not my official mock draft, but it was great. Jacob, I love you, buddy. I love all you guys, really. But, Jacob, your insight on football is amazing, man. I love you, brother, and appreciate you helping me with this mock draft tonight. Good insight, and, so what are your thoughts about Jacksonville State University's chances on winning 12 games this year? I don't know. I'm not in that conference yet. I'm going by conference in my preview, so I haven't gotten to that yet, but maybe I'll get around to it. I don't know. Anyway, I love you guys. Jesus loves you. He's got an amazing plan for you. Just keep having faith, hope, and trusting him. And, yeah, he's got a great plan for my life. He's got a great plan for everybody's. But I love you guys. I'm going to get out of here. Just kind of relax, chill out, get some rest, and go to bed and all that crap. And y'all know what to do. Please like, comment, and subscribe right here to Ballard Sports Media for more sports content. And until next time, folks, Ballard Sports Media, check it out. Love you guys. Jesus loves you. God bless. And like I always say,
roll down Tide.
Roll Tide, roll. Love you guys. Ballard Sports Media. Check it out.